Namaste everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Erin and welcome to yoga. So let's start off the class today by sitting in a comfortable seated pose, crossing your legs however you feel comfortable. However, if you do end up slouching a little bit, don't worry too much about it. For the beginning, we're just gonna come into our breath. So as much as you can be aware of your body and just lengthen up the spine, you should be good. So let's close our eyes here and just roll that shoulder all the way up and down your back. And let's start to focus on our breathing here. So go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose and really fill the lungs up with air. And then as you exhale, just releasing every bit of that air from your mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And then exhale, release. And then just close your mouth. And now we're going to start to breathe just using our nostrils. Allow your face to relax and soften. And then from here, keeping your eyes closed, go ahead and bring your hands together, heart center. And then gently open up your eyes. All right, guys, now from here, let's go ahead and reach your hand all the way up towards the ceiling. Lengthen up that upper body and maybe even looking up towards your thumbs or even to the ceiling. Make sure the entire body from the sides is lifting upwards. Now, on your next exhale, let's drop that right hand down onto the floor and then just shift your whole body to that side. You can straighten your arms here or you can keep them bent, really what works best for you. I would note that try and relax that right shoulder down and soften it a little bit more instead of bringing that shoulder all the way up towards your ears. All right, let's give yourself one final stretch. Let's inhale here. And then exhale, let's come all the way back up. Reach your arms up to the ceiling once again. And then exhale over to the other side. Same variation here. This time your right hand is reaching across. And let's breathe into whatever opening you're feeling here. You might be feeling at the lower side on that right side of your body. Let's take one more big inhale here, stretch. And slowly come back up, inhale. Let's try that once again. Exhale, lower down. Then reach your left arm up and over. Inhale, let's come back to center, reach up. And then exhale over to the other side. And then slowly let's come all the way back up. This time we're going to add a twist. Go ahead and draw your left hand down onto your right knee and then right hand right behind your tailbone. Lift that chest up. Inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to twist from your shoulder, twisting from your chest. And maybe if you're lucky, you might hear a bit of a popping sensation here. Always good to feel that opening. Last 3, keep breathing. 2. And 1, slowly come back to center. Let's inhale, reach your arms up once again. Exhale, let's go over to the other side. Lift that chest up, inhale. And then go ahead and bring your left shoulder back. Keep elevating here. Last 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come back to the center. Inhale, reach your arms up. And then this time, go ahead and cactus your arms, bending your elbows 90 degrees. You're going to lift that chest up and then arch your back ever so slightly. Relax the shoulders down. Squeeze that shoulder blades behind you. Keep breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, draw your arms down, sitting up nice and tall. All right, you guys, now from here, we're gonna come into your tabletop. So let's face to the front of your mat and then come down onto your hands and knees. So in this pose, you really want your spread your fingers nice and wide. So really separate them. You're trying to grip the mat. And your hands basically are right underneath that shoulder. So keep that alignment in check. Same thing here for knees and your hips. So go ahead and bring your knees right under that hip. And then separate your hands and knees about shoulder width and hip width distance. From here, we're just going to tuck that pelvis in slightly so that your back is a little bit more flat, and then chin down towards your chest just to bring that length also to the back of that neck. So coming into this tabletop pose. So from here, as we inhale, we're going to drop that belly down and then lift that heart up, coming into your cow. Squeeze that shoulder blades behind you. And then exhale, we're gonna round and curl into your cat back. So really see if you can lift up from your shoulders and then press your hip forward, releasing that lower back and giving that entire backside of your body a nice stretch here. All right, inhale, let's drop it down once again, coming in for your cow. And then exhale, let's come into your cat back, round and curl. One more round, inhale. And then exhale, round and curl. Come back into your neutral spot. Keeping that tailbone tucked in. Go ahead and bring your knees together now. And then extend your right leg all the way out, but then drop that right foot down onto the mat here. So keeping your toes down, heels propping up. And then from here, we're just gonna shift your weight back so that you're feeling that stretch on the back of your legs here as we start to open up the back a little bit more. So you should feel a nice stretch in your calf muscles, maybe the backs of your knees and your thighs. And whatever you feel, let's just breathe directly into it. So imagine that air as you're breathing in, it's traveling down into the back of that right leg. And then as you exhale, maybe imagining that any tension, any stress out of that area, just leaving the body through that exhalation. All right, now from here, let's come back to the center. So just bringing that hip right above the knee and then extend that right leg all the way back. Now, draw your toe down towards the floor as you press your heel back and engage that leg. You can also engage your core by pulling that belly button in slightly and just tucking that tailbone in. All right, a little bit of balance here in this one. So make sure that your gaze is somewhere at the top of your mat here and just focus on a single point. When you feel a little bit more stable, you're going to extend that left arm all the way to the top. And you want to reach that left arm all the way through as you extend and elongate the back leg to the back side. Keep that core strong. We're going to hold here for 3. Keep breathing. 2 and 1. Lower down and release. Let's come back into your tabletop pose. This time we're going to extend that left leg out. Drop that foot down. And then same thing here. We're just going to shift that weight back, opening up that left side of the leg here, the back side. And again, we're going to breathe directly into it. And then exhale, release and soften. And then from here, come back to the center once again. Knee right under the hip. Lift that left leg up. We're going to flex that foot here. Engage your legs here. Engage that core. Pull that tailbone in slightly. And then this time your right arm reaches to the top. Keep focusing on that single point. Your left hand and the right knee pressing down firmly, keeping you stable. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, lower down. And let's just move that hip side to side here, wiggle around. And let's do that once again. This time we're going to add in a bit of a crunch here. So let's start with that right leg, extend it all the way to the back side, flex that foot, keep that core engaged. Right arm down onto the floor, pressing down firm, lifting slightly out of that right shoulder instead of dumping that weight all the way down. So just a gentle lift out of that left shoulder, right shoulder. Left hand reaches to the top. And then on the inhale, you're going to stretch front and back. And then as you exhale, you're going to round and curl. Bring that knee and your elbow in. Lift that upper back. Inhale, reach your arms out. Exhale, bring it all the way through. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Last 2, keep it going. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, bring it back in. Last 1, inhale to reach. Exhale, squeeze. And let's come down, release. Give your hands and wrists a little bit of shake here. And when you're ready, let's do the same thing now onto the other side. So this time, left leg comes out, flexing out. That foot here, pressing back from the heel, and then right arm reaches to the top here. Extend your arms out long. When you're stable, let's go ahead and bring that knee and elbow in. Exhale. Inhale, reach it out long. Exhale, bring it back in. Inhale, reach it out long. We have 3 more rounds. Keep it going. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it back in. Last 2. Staying with that breath. Last 1. Exhale, squeeze. And drop it down into that tabletop pose. All right, just sit back into heels here. Give your hands a nice rotation. And make sure you're circulating the wrist on both sides here. So go ahead and do it counterclockwise and clockwise direction. And just give it a nice shake. All right, you guys. Now we're going to come into our downward facing dog. So go ahead, come back into that tabletop. And then this time you're going to tuck that toes under and then lift your knees. Send it all the way back. Downward facing dog. Lift that hip nice and high. Make sure the weight here is evenly distributed between your hands and your feet. And lift that tailbone up. Push your hands into the mat here and then lift out of that shoulder and continue that length and lift all the way up towards their tailbone. Are lifting up. Go ahead and start and bend one leg at a time here. Just to walk out the dog. Maybe you'll start to feel a bit of popping sensation once again. Just trying to notice this first down dog of the practice feels. All right, let's see if you can just go ahead and straighten your legs as much as you need to. It's okay to have a slight bend here. If you can, maybe start to ground that spine. The action is already helping to lengthen out and stretch the entire backside of your legs here. Take one inhale. And let's walk now to the top of your mat. Soften the knees here. Separate your feet about hip width distance. And then slowly release the entire upper body. Folding forward here over that leg. Let's grab your opposite elbows and just rock side to side. Nice and gently. Starting to release that lower back. All right, you guys, now from here, slowly release your hands down. Bring your feet together to touch. And then as you inhale, start to unroll out of this pose. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time. And then landing on your first standing pose, Tadasana. Open up that shoulder. Spread your fingers out wide and turn your palms forward. Kind of just giving that shoulder an outer rotation. Keep that leg engaged. And then just tucking that pelvis slightly in, allowing for a nice straight spine. And let's go ahead and bring your hands together, heart center. As you inhale, let's reach your arms up again, extending the entire body upwards. As you exhale, we're gonna fold all the way down, releasing into your forward fold. Let's come back up halfway. So hands gonna be in your knees or your thighs. You're gonna press your hands, and then you're gonna lift that chest forward. And your shoulder here, see if you can bring the head of your shoulder backwards. As we exhale, we're gonna come all the way down again, forward fold. And then on the inhale, let's slowly rise back up. Reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Inhale to extend upwards. Exhale, hands together, heart center. All right, let's do that once again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down, forward fold. Soften the knees, relax the head and the neck. Let's come back up into that halfway lift. So straighten your spine, hands onto your knees or your thighs. Extend that upper body forward as you press your hip back, shoulders squeezing behind you. And then exhale, we're gonna come down into your forward fold. Once again, relax and soften the knees. Inhale, let's rise back up again. Reach your arms up, lengthen up that spine. Hands together, heart center, exhale. So now we're going to come into a nice sun salutation A flow. So as you inhale, let's reach your arms up. And then exhale, let's fold all the way down, forward fold. Come up halfway, inhale, stretch it out. And then this time, hands down, right leg comes back, drop the back knee down, coming into a nice lunge. All right, now from here, you want to just check that your front knee and ankle is stacked on top of each other. And if you can't open up your hip as much, you can always tuck your toe in and then bring the knee a little bit more forward if you're feeling a little bit more tight on the back of your legs. Otherwise, if you want deeper stretch, you can always move that knee a little bit further behind you. So it really depends on your flexibility. Try to listen to what your body is speaking to you and then move accordingly. Now from here, let's go ahead, inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Give yourself one nice stretch. And then exhale, hands down. Go ahead and tuck your back toe in. And we're gonna send this leg back into a plank pose. So engage your whole body here, tuck that pelvis in, and then shift your weight a little bit more forward as you bring your chest forward. And then as you exhale, drop the knees down, shift your weight forward, and then drop that chest and chin. On your inhale, slide that chest up, coming into your cobra. So notice here that my shoulder is away from my ear. You do not want to bring your shoulder up here. If this is you, try and press down onto your hands and then lift out of that shoulder. All right, now from here, go ahead, tuck your toes under, and then lift that hip up, send it back into your downward facing dog. And then this time, let's go ahead and bring your right leg to the top of your mat. Drop the back knee down, release the back foot. Adjust your distance between your foot and your knee accordingly, according to your flexibility. And then when you're stable, go ahead and reach your arms up towards the ceiling once again. Inhale, give yourself a nice big stretch. And then as you exhale, hands down onto the floor, step your feet forward. And let's come back into your forward fold. release. Inhale, let's rise up, reach your arms up. And then exhale, hands together, heart center. Coming back, grounding and centering. Okay, we're gonna try that round a few more times. So let's keep breathing, let's keep moving. On your inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, forward fold all the way down. Halfway lift, inhale, stretch it out. Straighten your spine and your legs. Exhale, hands down. This time, your left leg back once again. Drop the back knee down. When you're ready, let's rise up. Inhale, arms up. Lift that chest up. Exhale, hands down. And let's send it back into your plank pose. Strengthen that whole body. Lift that heel up a little bit more. Chest reaching forward. And let's drop that knees down. Chest and chin, exhale. As you inhale, let's slide forward. Cobra position. Open up that heart. And let's send it back. Downward facing dog. Stretch it out. Give that tailbone a nice lift. Starting to notice how the down dog is feeling now. And let's go ahead and bring that left leg forward. Back knee down. And then when you're ready, rise as you inhale, following your breath. And then on your next exhale, hands down onto the floor, step it forward. Come into your forward fold, soften the knees, relax the head. And then on the inhale, let's rise up, reaching your arms up towards the ceiling. Hands together, heart center, exhale. All right, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And then exhale, hands down, right leg back, back knee down. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands down, step it back. Plank pose, take an inhale here. And then exhale to lower down, knees, chest, and chin. Let's slide up into your cobra. Inhale. Send it back, downward facing dog. Exhale. Right leg comes forward, back knee down. On your next inhale, rise. And then exhale, hands down onto the floor. Step your foot forward, coming into your forward fold. And then inhale, let's rise up again, sweeping the arms up to the ceiling. Lengthen it out. Hands together, heart center, exhale. One more round, inhale. Exhale down. Halfway lift, inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, hands down, left leg back, back knee down, rise up. Inhale. Hands down onto the floor, step it back into your plank pose, pause, take a breath here. And then exhale, drop your knees down, chest and chin, release. Let's rise up into that cobra, open up that chest. Let's send it back, downward facing dog. Sending that hip nice and high. Left leg comes forward, back knee down, rise up, inhale. Open up that heart, and then as you exhale, hands down onto the floor, step it forward. Exhale, release, soften. Inhale, rise, sweep your arms up. And then exhale, let's go ahead and bring your hands together, heart center. Closing your eyes. Taking some deep breaths in and out through the nose. And just taking a moment here to notice that heart pounding a little bit faster as it supplies freshly oxygenated blood to the rest of the body here. Take one more inhale. Exhale. All right, you guys, now from here, go ahead and reach your arms up once again. Lean back, arch back, lift that chest up. Exhale, hands down all the way, coming down into your forward fold once again. Come up halfway, inhale, stretch it out. And then this time, let's go ahead and bring your hands down. Left leg goes all the way back. And then turn your foot to face towards the left side. Back foot is facing to the left side. Now from here, you're going to start to straighten your right leg. Now, if you're having a little bit difficulty here as you're straightening, you can always use a block. Place it right outside of that right leg. And then just to allow yourself, give yourself a little bit as you now start to straighten that leg. All right, now from here, we're just gonna reach your left arm up towards the ceiling here. We're gonna press your hip a little bit more forward. We're gonna open up that chest. Now in this triangle pose, try not to collapse on that upper body. So a lot of us, especially if you really have a tight legs and back, the tendency is that you want to go down a little bit more, but then your arms fall all the way down here. And if this is you, I suggest you move your hand a little bit higher up towards your knees or even your thighs. And then from here, lifting that chest up and out, reaching that left arm up to the ceiling. So always focusing on opening that chest area so that as you're breathing in, you're really allowing that oxygen to be traveling to the chest with ease. All right, wherever you are, let's hold you for another 3. Make sure you're breathing. 2. And 1. Now slowly press down onto your foot and then rise up, reach your arms out. Now from here, go ahead and bring that right foot in. So now we're facing towards the left side of the mat. And then from here, we're going to turn your left foot out and keep your right foot exactly where it is, facing towards the left side. From here, go ahead and extend your arm out and then drop it down wherever it falls. And then reach your right arm up this time, coming in for a triangle pose. And then same thing here, you want to press your hip a little bit more forward as you open up that right shoulder back. And making sure you're breathing here with ease, deepening your breath for last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly, let's come all the way back up. Go ahead and bring your foot to the center, hands onto your hips. And then from here, keep your toes slightly tucked in, heels slightly out. You're gonna bring your elbows pressing backwards. And see if you can bring your chest a little bit more forward. Now from here, lean back as you inhale, lift that chest up. And then as you exhale, start to come all the way down, keeping that back nice and flat. And then we're gonna come down, release your hands onto the floor, or you can also place your hands on the block. And let's release that upper body once again, coming into that forward fold, relaxing your shoulders, your head, your neck. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, you guys, now from here, go ahead, walk your hands towards the right side of your leg, and then turn your right foot out. Lift your back heel up and then drop down, bending your knees. Slide that back toe a little bit further out and then just sink down, opening up your hip a little bit more. If this is a little bit more difficult for you, you can always drop the back knee down. Just keep sinking that hip as far as it'll go. Last 5, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Start to straighten and then turn your body back to the left side. And this time, let's go over towards the left side of your leg. Turn your foot to the back and then lift the back heel up. Draw your hip down. Again, option here to drop the back knee down wherever you are. See if you can just lengthen up out of that chest. Last 3, keep breathing. 2 and 1. All right, you guys, let's come back to the center here once again. And then hands onto your waist. Start to inhale as you come all the way back up again, strengthening your legs. And then release your hands. Let's turn to the top of your mat. Shake off your legs. And let's finally come into our tree pose variation. So tree pose, great balancing posture. We're going to start off with your right leg. And you have really 3 options for this. So option number 1, you're basically putting your foot next to your ankle. You're going to open up that knee nice and wide, and you're going to face the hip towards the front. You want to lift from that upper body. So as you bring your hands together, heart center, and then you lift up from that upper body, so you're always kind of feeling that lift from the ground upwards. And that will always help you to remain a bit more stable. Now, if you're capable of this one, you can always move up a little bit towards your calf muscles and not onto your knees, because we don't want any extra force onto your knee joint. Just keeping that same principle of opening up that knee nice and wide. Now, if you're more capable, you can always bring your foot right to the top thigh line and then start to engage that standing leg. So really pull up onto that kneecap, press that right foot into that standing leg, open up your knee nice and wide, and then bring your hands together, heart center, and then focus on a single point right at your eye level in front of you, and just keep focusing. Creating that length and lift. As you inhale, if you're more stable, see if you can just press your hands up towards the ceiling. Continuing that lift. Let's breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, from here, you can start to drop your right hand down on top of your right knee, and then slowly, maybe just shifting your hip over towards the left side as you come in for your leaning tree pose. Keep that foot firm on the ground. Last 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come back to the center, hands up, and then exhale nice and gently coming out of this pose. Shake off that standing leg, and let's do the same thing now onto the other side. So choose your level once again. Level 1, right onto your ankle. Level 2 on your calf. Level 3 all the way up. Wherever you are, find your stance. Keep that stand strong, kneecap engaged. Open up that knee out to the side, opening up the hip and the inside of your thigh. Hands onto your heart center, focusing on a single point in front of you. Keeping your breath smooth. Keeping your breath deep. Once you find your balance, start to reach your hands all the way up to the ceiling, continuing to lift upwards. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Start to drop your left hand down onto your left knee or your thigh, and then start to now shift your hip to the right side as you come in for your leaning tree pose. Keep that standing leg strong, and let's hold here. Find your maximum. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice and gently come back up. No rush here. Exhale, hands together, heart center, and release that leg. Well done. Shake it off, and let's come to the top of your mat here. As we inhale, reach your arms up, and then as we exhale, let's come down, forward fold. Let's come up halfway. Inhale, stretch it out. And then let's send it back. Downward facing dog. Last one for today. Go ahead and give that hip a big stretch upwards. Start to down dog. Let's hold here for the last 3. Keep extending upwards and backwards. 2. Down onto the floor. Cross your legs behind you. And then bring your feet onto the floor. Go ahead and lie down onto your back. Knees towards your chest. And just go ahead and rock side to side. Massaging that back. Hug your knees to your chest. Give yourself one final squeeze. Lift your head up. And then exhale. Shavasana. Go ahead and spread your legs out. Arms opened up. Palms facing up to the ceiling. Relax the shoulders down. And then soften your face, your jaw, the rest of the body. For just a few moments of Shavasana. Alright, you guys, now if you want to stay here for a little bit longer, feel free to do so. Otherwise, if you're ready to come out, start to wiggle your toes and your fingertips, rocking your head side to side, just gently waking up that body once again. Join your feet together and then bring your arms overhead. Give yourself one final big stretch. Take an inhale through the nose. And then exhale from the mouth. And then go ahead and bend your knees to your chest. Rock and roll back up into your seated posture. Go ahead and cross your legs in a comfortable position. Bring your hands together, heart center, keeping the eyes closed. And just observing if there's any changes in the body or the mind or the emotion. Just being grateful for this yoga practice to keep you calm, to keep you present, and also for taking care of yourself. Thank you so much. Namaste.